weekend we have Splash Day, our summer festival, where we're getting a water bouncy castle slide obstacle course. The residents picked it. I did not pick it. All I did was order it. But it's going to be like a really big obstacle course that we're going to have set out in the quad. And we're going to do water guns and water balloons and snow cones and stuff like that. And we usually open those up to online people, local students who don't necessarily live at Founders Hall, if you have a friend you want to bring. So we try to make sure that there are a couple of open events for everybody to be involved with. We try for at least one every month, if not more. But yeah, lots of fun things to get involved in.
Perfect. And then as an online student on the UAT side of things, you are still eligible, eligible to join clubs.
Yes.
You will access Geek Row. You should all have access to that Teams channel as well. So let me know if you don't, and I can get you added to it. But Geek Row is our student body here at UAT. So whether if you're online or on campus, you'll want to join Geek Row. They'll let you know. They meet right now. They meet every Wednesday. From 2 to 2:30. That could change come the fall semester, but you'll want to meet with them to find out what clubs are running, what time the clubs are running, what events are happening. All those good items all go through Geek Row as well. So regardless of if you're online or on campus, you'll want to make sure that you get to a Geek Row meeting if that's virtually or in the theater here on campus.
They're super fun.
Yes. Tons of fun. And we did just have the Springs Festival. That one was the best one.
That one was
so
fun.
they are very fun events as well. But what kind of questions do you guys have about student life experience, Founders Hall events, UAT events, anything like that? Yeah, go ahead, Boone. Unmute or drop it in the chat.
Whatever works.
Hello. Sorry. I have two questions. One is I know that Karis, you're matching roommates, is that right?
Most people are matched. Most people, some things might change, but most people are matched up with their roommates.
How did you go about doing that?
Great question. I first and foremost look at your roommate profile that you submitted with your application. That tells me very generic things like what's your major, if you are an early bird or a night owl in terms of your sleeping habits, and if you tend to be on the more casual side, as I call it, with your room, or if you're a neat freak, just so that way I have a basic idea. From there, if I have met you in person through Discovery Expo or UATX, or you've come to, for a while, we had some future student events that were going on. And so we're hoping to kickstart those back up as well. But if you had attended things, or if I've had a number of phone conversations with you, and I feel like we've gotten to know each other a little bit, that really helps me. But if I'm ever kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it could be a toss-up between a couple of different people, then I might give you guys a call and talk more in depth. This person is really interested in D&D. They tend to travel a lot, so they might be in and out quite a bit. Are you okay with that? Or this person loves having guests over and doing board games in their room, and is that something you're interested in? Because if it's not, then that might not be a good fit. So I feel like it's always best if I have the opportunity to get to know you a little bit through things like Discovery Expo and such. But if not, then as much as you guys are able to fill out those roommate questionnaires, those are really helpful. And like I said, if I'm ever kind of, I don't know which option is going to be better, then I typically give you guys a call and see if I can get more information on you as well as those other people to make sure that you match best with your roommate.
Excellent. Thank you. And another question I had was on the packing list, it says things like mini fridge, and if my roommate was also planning on bringing a mini fridge, would you recommend we both do that? Is there room for two?
Sure.
Or
There's
would you
room for two.
advise one for the both?
You guys are welcome to do either one. I feel like it is pretty common for everyone to have their own individual mini fridge, just because they can. Some people like having, I know there's quite a few people who bring Tupperware, and they will take their leftovers from the cafe, put it into Tupperware, and they'll take it back to their fridge and eat it later. totally fine as long as you have your own Tupperware for that. And so Tupperware fills up a mini fridge pretty quickly. Or, you know, sodas or energy drinks. And so I feel like it's pretty common for people to just have their own mini fridge. But if it's something that you and your roommate talk about and you don't feel like it's necessary, that's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully it's not like high school. Hopefully not, Hunter. We're a pretty, I would like to say that we are a pretty high end in terms of how we work as a college dorm. I feel like we, in comparison to when I was in college, like y'all get spacious rooms. You have access to a kitchen, you get a bathroom that isn't like a community around the, like for the whole hallway. Like you guys get a lot of great opportunities to get involved. So hopefully, no, it is not like high school. Let's see, Julius, how does living on campus work with being an online student? Does it change tuition? If so, by how much? That I think I will push over to Emily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So your online tuition would remain the same. We would obviously just factor in room and board into your financial aid estimate. So tuition, if you're remaining an online student, would remain the same. Only thing that we would add would be room and board. As an online student, you would obviously still have full access to the campus. If you're living in the, even if you're not living in the dorm rooms, you have full access to the campus, common areas, all those good items. So just room and board would change, and that's always something we can show, your financial aid advisor can show you on your financial aid estimate. And I have been getting this question a lot, Hunter. So since you dropped it in the hopefully it's not like, or in the chat, hopefully it's not like high school, our schedules are a little bit different. So you don't have the traditional, what is it, like 9 to 3 or 8 to 3, whatever it is for high school. You don't have those traditional school hours. Your classes will meet twice a week and they'll run anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half long. So for on-campus students, you might have 3 classes that meet Monday, Wednesday, and then you might have 2 classes that meet Tuesday, Thursday. Or you might have all 5 classes on Monday, Wednesday, and then you have Tuesday, Thursday off. So it's different in the sense of a different schedule as well. And then while I'm on the topic of schedules, fall course offerings did just open up too. So we are working through creating all first semester schedules for all our new unprofessionalism. Yes, hopefully
I
it's
get
not
it,
like
Hunter.
that.
No.
We are
The
working
nice
through
part about
course
Founders Hall
schedules.
is, oh, go ahead, Emily. Sorry.
Sorry. No, you're okay. For all first semester schedule students. So please be patient with me, but I am working on getting them all out to you as well. As soon as I have them created, I'll send them out to you in an email, give you a call and a text as well. It's your course schedule. I want to make sure you're happy with it. So any changes you want to make, we can always talk through those together.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
Karis,
Hunter,
back to
in
you.
terms of, you know, comment about unprofessionalism, I will say what's nice about Founders Hall and UAT as a whole is we don't just have people who are graduating high school and going to college. We have some people who are in the dorms and they're in grad school. They're here for grad school. We have some people who, you know, they took a couple years off to be in the military and now they're 25 and starting as a freshman. You know what I mean? So what's nice, I love that we have such a wide variety of people in different seasons of their life. I also feel like there's a good amount of mentorship in that. You find your people anywhere. But I love that when I had a resident who was looking into going to the military, I was like, you know, this person went into the military before they came to Founders Hall. I would love to connect you with them. And like, everyone has their own unique story, but we're all here for a common purpose. I feel like there's a difference between high school and college because high school, you kind of have to be there. College, you want to be there. You're picking your major. You get to be involved with people that are in your program because you all have the same passions and desires for your future. So I do feel like there is definitely a different dynamic in the students as well as the residents because we're all here because we want to be, as opposed to being in high school, you kind of have to be there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What other questions do you guys have?
Any questions at all can be generic, UAT related, Founders Hall related. While they're thinking of questions, Karis, hopefully they're thinking of questions. Any other like as far as move-in day goes for Founders Hall, any tips on your side? What should they be prepared for?
Yeah.
What can they expect? I know you said you're finishing matching roommates. Do you have kind of like a sneak peek timeline
I might be
for
able to give
them?
you guys some teasers since there's not too many of you guys in here. I might be able to sneak some roommate information to y'all, and you can find them on the Discord if you'd like. Oh my goodness, there was a first part of your question. Oh, in terms of move-in day, strategizing, getting ready for it, especially now that you have that packing list, especially now that you have a packing list. When you get your roommate information, talk to them about things like they may be a student who started in January. Boone, I only know because your camera's on, you're looking right at me, but I'm pretty sure who you're going to be rooming with, he started classes in January. He graduated a semester early. So he already lives there. He might already have a trash can and a shower curtain. You may not have to bring those things. So communicating about those kinds of things with your roommate, if they are a current student here and they're going into their first year, or I'm sorry, their second year, or they started a semester early or something, or if they are also moving in the fall, you guys can communicate on things like, hey, I'm going to bring a mini fridge of this side. I don't think we need 2 microwaves. Do you want to bring the microwave? I'll bring the microwave. Communicating about those kinds of things will already set you guys up for success. Also communicating about things like, what kinds of clubs do you want to get involved in? Are you a night owl? Great. When you say a night owl, are you like, I'm up reading or I'm up gaming and talking to friends? Because I feel like there's kind of a difference in there, So communicating with your roommate is by far the best way to start off right with them. And attending in these kinds of events where you guys do have the ability to chat with people, engage in the Discord, it's going to make move-in so much more smooth because you guys are going to know each other already. And that will really set you guys up to just have a good experience because you already know people, Zachary and Ethan and Alex. If you guys all know each other on here, then when you get in person, it's like, oh, hey, I know you. I've been chatting with you over the last couple of weeks on Discord. And so it kind of makes the transition easier. You might know people in your classes and stuff like that. The other aspect with, yes, communication is so key. The other thing looking forward at move-in day is just making sure that you are, what I feel like I recommend to people is look at what you do in your daily routine, because people are like, I don't know what to bring to college. I don't know what I need. Well, if you wear the same shirt 12 times in a month, you're probably going to bring that shirt. Arizona doesn't get super cold. It might a little bit in January, but you probably don't need 3 winter coats and 5 hoodies and things like that. But pay attention to what you guys use and do in a daily routine. What kind of snacks do you guys gravitate towards? What kinds of things you're like, oh, I love to read. Great, a bookshelf might be helpful for you. You know what I mean? Look at what your day-to-day life is like and use that as a reference with your packing list. If you find you grab a lot of cold snacks like string cheese or an energy drink, then yeah, invest in a really good mini fridge. Or if you're kind of like, I'm more of like a cheese and crackers kind of person, I don't need a refrigerator for that, or peanut butter crackers and whatnot, then you might not need a mini fridge. So those are like the 2 biggest things that I would say looking forward at move-in day is adjust the packing list. If you don't feel like you're going to need something, I don't drink coffee, I don't need a Keurig. And also just communicating with your roommate. Do they already have things? Are their parents already doing things to help them? Have they already purchased a shower curtain and stuff like that? How will cleaning supplies work? Will you buy the toilet paper the first time and then I'll buy it the second time? Those kinds of things. Those I would say are the 2 biggest things to look at. What other questions do you guys have? There is not a curfew on campus. Great question, Ferris. We do have quiet hours from, I believe they are 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., but courtesy hours are always in place. Don't run and scream in the halls because people might be sleeping till 10. But in terms of like the movie room with volume or using the pool tables and playing music on a speaker, we usually say 11 to 8 for quiet hours, but there is no curfew when you have to be in and out of the building, things like that. I'm off for digging. We do have a small gym on campus on the 3rd floor of Founders Hall. And we always tell people the reason why it's a little smaller right now is because we need people to tell us what they want to see in there. Like we have a treadmill because somebody said, I'd really like to see a treadmill in the fitness room. Someone said, I'd really like to see more free weights. Great. We want to buy those things for you. Same thing goes for the community kitchen. If you like making rice, great. Tell us. We will buy a rice maker for the kitchen. Someone really wanted a KitchenAid mixer because they liked to bake during cooking club. We bought a KitchenAid mixer or air fryers and things like that. Weights. Yes, we do have plenty of free weights, the cables, all sorts of things like that are in the, yes, Fight Club is really fun. But we do have things like the fitness room and stuff like that on campus. And we have some people who go to the gym that's right down the street if they want access to things like Zumba classes or a basketball court that's indoors. But yes, Fight Club's pretty cool. I have only like walked past during some of their club meetings, but it's pretty fascinating. So what other kinds of questions can I answer for y'all? Let's see. Next person who puts in a question, I will tell you who your roommate is. How's that? Boone, what time are meals? So the cafe will set hours. It kind of varies based on the time of the year. Summer, they have some limited hours just because there's not quite as many people on campus. People graduate in May, they don't tend to stay for the summer, you know? And so the cafe's hours adjust, but we make sure they're on the Discord, they're on social media, and they're posted all over the building on our bulletin boards. So, all right. Boone has asked a great question. Boone, your roommate, my friend, he is a current resident who moved in January. So he just graduated a semester early. His name is Cooper Clark. And I'm happy to get you his Discord information. Who's got a question? Does school end in May or June? Great question. That one's an Emily question.
Hey, still a question though.
Great
question.
Good question. I'm pulling up the roommate information.
So since we're a year-round university, fall, spring, and summer, typically there's no end date. Semesters are 15 weeks long. So fall semester will run from September to December. Spring will run from January typically to end of April, beginning of May, and then summer will run from May until the end of August. Typically when students do graduate, our graduation is held in May.
Okay, perfect. And I'm pulling it up here. My bad. Okay. Let's see if you guys are both in here. Tarvaris, your roommate's name is Jonas. And he should be attending here in the fall. So he should be in the Discord. His name is Jonas Lindemood.
Is there a way to get the contact for the bathroom mate?
Suite mates. Yes, great question. So theoretically, we're still working out the kinks on it. Theoretically, you should get the contact information for all of your suite mates. If when I do send out that official email on August 1st, you don't get that information, just let me know and I will send it to you. All right, Alexandra, I believe you go by a different name, correct? I believe. Let's see.
Perfect. And then while you're looking that one up, do we get free quarters for laundry?
No, however, the laundry system is run on, we have an app for it, which they give you coupons in the app. And you can use cards, you can use coins if you would like, but most people do typically just use card or the app just because it's easy to just refill it over and over and over again. All right, and then Holmberg, trying to pull it up here.
And if we don't get it to you, I know we got about 3 minutes left too. Karis will send it on over.
You're all good. Yeah, I'll make sure that you guys get this.
Correct. So yes, classes might not be every day. It really just depends on your course schedule. So you will have all on-campus students will have 5 classes that will run for. It really depends. You might have a sync flex class, which will run 7.5 weeks, and you'll pick up a class. So it really just depends. But each one of your classes will meet twice a week. Live class sessions will run anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half long. Your classes might be held on Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. For all our new and incoming students, we don't have classes on Friday. That is held for a work studio production day. as you guys get further down in your degree program and you have production studios a class, then you will end up having classes on Friday.
All right.
Perfect.
Alexandra, I'm responding with your roommate's name. All right. Asia. Now I figured out the faster way to do this. Way faster. 142. So your roommate is a current resident here. Her name is Jessica. I love Jessica. Her name is Jessica Bayer. I will get you her contact information since she won't be in the new student Discord. And then let's see, Hunter Bevers.
And you can always Karis too if you want to message them on Teams.
Yeah, that sounds
or
great.
whatever works best for you guys. But before we go ahead and close it up, I want to be mindful of your guys' time as well and Karis's time too. Were there any other questions, final questions that we could get answered for you guys today?
Any others?
Perfect.
Okay.
So you guys will receive, you're curious. Yes, be curious. What are you curious about?
We got it.
While
Hunter
we find
and
out what you're
Fairs,
curious
you guys
about.
are roommates. So you guys are both on this call. So feel free to chat with each other and exchange contact information or find each other on Discord.
I have
Let's
asked to be
see.
signed up with a roommate. What do
Yes.
you mean
So
by
if
that?
you requested a specific roommate, I have paired you with them, unless it was like you guys were in different floor plans. But yes, Zach, you do have your specific roommate that you requested.
Perfect.
Any other?
Well, I guess you don't need to tell him who his roommate is then.
No.
Perfect. And then just
Right,
as a
guys.
reminder, these will run every Tuesday. So I don't want to spoil, but we do have one of our head professors on next week as well. So more information. I kind of want to leave it as a little bit of a cliffhanger so that you guys will come see our faces again next week. But please, if you do have any questions, Karis is on Teams. I'm on Teams. If you guys want to send a Teams message, call, text, whatever works best. We're here to help support you all. But thank you, Karis, for joining us today. I appreciate it. And thank you all for coming to join us as well. And I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.